What does it actually mean to be spiritual? Well, in this video, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what people think it means to be spiritual. We're going to talk about what spirituality is not. And then lastly, I'm going to give you a real simple definition of what real spirituality is. And that way you'll have a solid foundation on which to build. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we're going to be talking about something very near and dear to my heart, and that is spirituality. Are you new to the journey? Do you know what real spirituality is? I think there's some confusion out there, so I'm making this video so that hopefully you have a solid foundation from which to build upon. I would say the first thing, and I'm going to say this in case I make errors or mistakes, this is completely unscripted, so I'm speaking off of the head, through the heart, and hopefully you can receive this message. So, that being said, I think there's a lot of confusion as to what spirituality is, and I think the major confusion lies in spiritual activities versus a spiritual way of life. So a lot of people who claim to be spiritual have filled their routine with spiritual activities. It could be meditation, it could be yoga, it could be learning energy healing or some form or modality of healing like breath work. It's a number of activities. There are a number of activities, spiritual activities out there. And just because you fill your schedule with spiritual activities, it does not mean that you're spiritual. And just because you use spiritual words like higher self and namaste and love and light does not make you spiritual. Okay? That's like saying, you're a fine cuisine chef because you cook at home. No. Spirituality actually is a certain set of perspectives and perceptions. I think the most important of which is understanding that you're a spirit with a body and not the other way around. Most people identify as the body with a spirit, like we have a soul. But in true spirituality, when we're looking at people that dive deep into spirituality, they start from this perspective that we're a spirit with a temporary body in order to have this human experience on Earth. I mean, even Einstein said energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So our energy is here. It just keeps recycling into different bodies. It's something called reincarnation. And for those of you Bible thumpers out there, reincarnation is real, and Jesus actually talked about it also. So let us not get too deep into that. This is what I study. This is my life for the past 15 years, is spiritual growth and personal growth and true spirituality. So spirituality is not a set of activities. It is not a routine. It is not words that you use. It is not memes that you post. True spirituality is the perspective that you are a spirit with a body, not a body with a spirit. And while that's a small distinction, the implications are vast. Because if you live from that place that you are a spirit with a body, then you also understand that your spirit comes from a higher spirit, and that your spirit is also connected to every other spirit out there, because we are all one. I mean, zoom out. It doesn't take a trip on the Blue Origin to see that when you look down from space that no humans are visible. It's only as you get closer and closer and closer to Earth that you start to see the details. But from up there, we're all one. There's just Earth. There are no humans, there are no animals, there are no anything. So taking a spiritual perspective is trying to take the highest view, the highest perspective of who we truly are. And if we continue to identify as the smaller self, as the physical self, and all the different ways we want to identify with race and religion and culture and gender and nationality and all these ways that we bifurcate or separate who we are, we're all of that. And you've been all of that. Reincarnation is real. Some people remember their past lives with great detail. Most of us don't, and there's reasons why that we won't get into in this video. Perhaps we will in other videos. But the whole point of this video is, please start to contemplate yourself as something more than just a body with a spirit. If you continue to identify as this body with this personality and this name and this skin color, This world is going to be very personal, and you're going to take everything that happens to you in this world very personally. That's going to make it very difficult to heal yourself, let alone to heal others, let alone to change the world, like most of you spiritual people are trying to do. The only way you can change the world is by changing yourself first. I think there was a wise man that said, if you want to light up the world, light your candle and step forward. So it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to see ourselves as more than just a body with a spirit. We are pure consciousness. That is our true nature. Trapped in this body for a certain number of years in order to have this human experience so that our soul can continue to grow. But if we stick to who we think we are, this body, this personality, this name, this gender, this everything, then we will never move past the physical. We'll never get to those higher levels of consciousness and awareness, and nothing will change. So please contemplate what I've shared with you in this video and see how your life changes. See the times that you're behaving like a human and see the times that you're behaving like a spirit. Which one feels better to you? Which one feels more expansive? Which one feels more healing? It's time to wake up. It's time to do the work.